collapsed. Badly.
Still, could be worse.
Yeah. Right. Well, I hope I got a quick timing.
Wow. Liechtenstein.
The only thing I know about Liechtenstein is they make more false teeth here than anywhere else in the world. Which is probably why Hammond has brought us here.
All I do is hope it contains a brilliant road, and I have a good feeling about this place.
What's this?
That's
a tooth whitening kit. It's a plant! It's a plant! It was just a theory until a moment ago. Anyway, listen, just had a really good idea. Why don't you shut up? And why don't you tell all the ladies and gentlemen with your Tipex teeth about the car that you've been driving that I haven't?
Oh, yes. But can I show you something first?
What?
Since we were talking about Richard Hammond, your car's had its teeth whitened.
But he's down there. Right, we'll pick that up later on, but now it's time...
Can I just point out, seriously, I have not had my teeth whitened. Really, I just...
Yes, he has.
I haven't.
He has, hasn't he? He has. Look at them. Nobody's teeth just go white
now.
Ferrari, teeth, be quiet. Let's get back to the action. The phoning went on until eventually we had a list of cars that could be bought and insured for less than £2,500. Can I just say, as well, he still had his microphone on when he had the accident, and the sound recordist distinctly heard him go, "My teeth! My teeth!"
Did not.
Even John Humphreys dropped by for a look. Hammond, no, well, can't you just clean them? Really, 4,000 to whiten them. 4,000 quid. You white... No, well, I'll stick with the yellow ones. OK, take care. Bye. Very good. Here we go into Chicago. Ooh, keeping your teeth clean. Hammond give you that advice? Top Gear. I like Top Queer more.
Yeah. Well, set up a rival one.
The best thing about this, OK, because I went and checked this one out, and yeah, the editor is called Rich.
Oh, come on, it's not.
No, he's put a CV of himself in, and he says he lives in the Cotswolds.
Well, yeah, I do.
He's got a 4x4.
Yes, I have, but look, I'm not moonlighting as the editor of a gay website, OK?
He's got a dog.
Yes, look, it's not me.
He's had his teeth whitened.
I haven't. I have not had my teeth whitened.
What, they've just become white?
In the same way that yours have gone green. It just happens to your teeth. No, it is Boris Johnson.
Boris.
Because he's...
Oh, we did a little bit of Boris.
He said, and I'm really, because he's gone on record as saying he wants to stop punishing motorists, and he says this...
Why is that a bad thing?
Well, he says this. He wants to clear the streets of traffic throttling excrescences.
Boris, what you've done there, mate, is slipped into Latin.
What does it mean?
Is that a proper word?
Does anybody here know what excrescences mean? Do you know what it means, excrescences? Teeth whitening? I don't think it is that.
I don't see the link there.
Go on then.
Right, the Mercedes S63 did it there in 132.1. The BMW did it in 131.2.
Brilliant, so there we are. If you are a banker and you like to get anywhere in a big hurry, go for the BMW. Consumer advice for you there. Now, and all V12s depreciate like pianos falling off tower blocks. No, they do. Friend of mine, OK, he had a Ferrari GTC 4 Lusso, the V12 one, kept it 4 months and sold it after 4 months and lost £55,000 in 4 months. Yes, I mean, if he'd have had the V8, it wouldn't have depreciated that much. Well, mainly because he wouldn't have wanted to sell it in the first place.
Do you know, that is really good buyer's advice for every man, isn't it? We all now know.
This from a man who's just reviewed a £300,000 tank.
The good news is, just this month, a new company has started up specifically to provide parts for Saabs. So if you are an architect, fingers crossed, you should be OK for a bit.
Do you know that's the second week on the trot we've ended with a useful piece of consumer advice.
It's weird.
And the Focus did it in 1:30.8. So look at that, wet track in between two 911s. The Subaru, though, I think thanks to four-wheel drive, did it in 1:27.7. So that goes there, look.
Now, that's some useful consumer advice if you are thinking of buying any of them, which you aren't because you can't.
Thanks for that.
Yes.
OK, let's move on now. I've driven an ordinary cooking Fiat 124, and that is not as good as an MX-5, not even close.
No, that's true. You'd be better off with the MX-5, unless you want the fastest MX-5, in which case, buy the Abarth.
Quite.
Have we just done consumer advice?
Little bit. We'll move it on quickly.
Weird.
Yes, we will move it on. But the winner, with an incredible 5 miles to the gallon, is the Audi R8. So here's a Top Gear top tip. If you've been affected by the fuel crisis, this is the supercar to buy.
Thing is, could you really tell people that you have a Urus? Because it sounds like a minor alien out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
But it does work as a Lamborghini.
Yeah. But no.
Well, this is excellent consumer advice.
Yeah, it's very clear, very clear.
The thing is, after I made that film, which was quite good fun, I came home and I thought, the trouble is, it could do with being a bit more Aventador-ish. It could do with being a bit more mad.
Are you saying you changed your mind?
Yes.
Oh, great. So Prime Minister Clarkson returns from the summit. I've declared war. But on the plane home, I had another think about it, and I'm not so sure now. I've changed my mind.
Exactly, that's what I've done.
But it is 18 kilograms lighter because it has carbon fibre windscreen wipers.
What? That's all?
What were the old ones made of?
Cast iron.
So it's 18 kilograms lighter. Mm-hmm. And how much is it?
It's £2.3 million. That's a lot,
Well,
isn't
the
it?
standard one's, what, 2 million quid,
million.
isn't it? Well, I've just had a thought.
What?
If you're prone to going through life with quite a heavy briefcase...
Yes.
If you bought the ordinary Chiron, left your briefcase at home, you've automatically created the sports, haven't you?
Yeah.
And saved yourself £300,000.
That is good advice.
Yeah. A lot
Actually,
of people
that's-
here will be taking that away with them and using it.
That's consumer advice.
Exactly. I
All
like
part
to
of the
do that.
service, we're here for you.
Don't walk into this minefield of whether or not you can declare yourself to be a woman. Simply declare yourself to be a vicar.
That's a good idea, because they do have cheap insurance, don't they?
They do have very cheap car insurance, and if you're a vicar, you can still wear a dress.
Yeah,
There you go.
so everybody wins.
But again,
Everybody wins.
more consumer advice. Oh, now, James May, who has been driving a Kia hatchback.
So he gets to drive around the best bits of Europe in a Bugatti, and you get a Kia.
You can shut up, Hammond. Because if you remember rightly, you were supposed to go and drive the Kia hatchback, but you couldn't because you can't drive round corners without crashing.
Yeah.
New highway codes come along, and it says now that they advise you don't smoke while behind the wheel. Why? I mean, us three all smoke, OK? It's nothing to be proud of. The fact is that we all do, and we don't crash. Well, 2 of us don't, so...
Actually, I've given up smoking as well now.
Well, there you are. You can't do
have to.
2 things at once. What I find fun... I've got some of the questions, and I'd like to share some of the questions BBC employees have to face with you, OK? You ready? We'll bring them up on the screen here. You have a blowout on the motorway. One for you here, Hammond. What instinctive reaction should you avoid? Accelerating. What? My tyre's gone.
This is instinctive
Taking
reaction.
your hands off the steering wheel.
Well, that'll help.
They're just maniacs. I'm so irritated by this. I can't believe it. And then...
I've got a better idea.
What?
Why don't we say to people they can put in bids
Yeah.
to put their logo on the bottom of Richard Hammond's car? Because the chances are they'll be lucky.
Yes. Yes.
Imagine the commentary. And here comes Richard Hammond. Oh, no, he's gone off. Pepsi.
But I'm that. Men can't take their jumpers off like women do. They're crossing their arms.
What?
I can do that.
Well, you're not a man.
Oh, right.
I take my jumper off. That's how you take a jumper off, like that.
You, how do you know? You just wait for the paramedics to come along, cut it off after your accident.
That's how you take a jumper off. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you remember the Rimac we had in programme 1 of this season? There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they've announced there is a new one coming out.
Well, what happened to that one?
Well, no, that was called the Concept 1. They only made 8 of those, actually.
How many are left?
7. Shut up.
What happened to the other one, Hammond?
Just stop saying things. The new one is going to be called the Concept 2, and amazingly, they're saying it's going to be even faster. And that was blindingly fast.
I actually don't believe that you can make a car go fast.
Well, they say it's going to be fast, and it's a bit bigger inside. There'll be more
Which you
room.
did need, because that one was quite cramped.
You can fit in this one.
I could fit in the last one. You'd be less like Spam, though, if you rolled it over and over and over.
It should be more dangerous, you're right.
We've actually got a picture of the new Concept 2. Here it is, Hammond. You'll like this.
Oh, God, come on.
This is the car that gave them that all-important first win. Now, obviously, with a pedigree like that, it's quite valuable, around £14 million. So when we asked the insurers if this would be OK, they said yes, but not the accident-prone little midget. It must be Captain Slowly. So let's see if I can make this thing live for you.
Now I know what it's like to be Richard Hammond. Thanks, chaps. Have you ever fallen out of a car?
No.
Well, there you are.
Actually, I have.
Well, driving down the M40, here's a half-bridge, but I've fallen out. With his tyre covers made, Hammond decided not to hold back.
Oh, this is going to be...
I mean, seriously, he's going to get to that corner and then... Where can the helicopter land? Hammond's lap's going well.
Yeah, isn't it?
So which corner is that he's gone off on? I mean, obviously, is him. Amazingly, it wasn't.
Look, I just don't know how it happened.
We do. We know exactly how it happened. History has taught us you can't drive in a straight line. And now we've seen you can't drive around a corner either. Any minute now, paramedic will be cutting his trousers off.
You should have taken them off before he got in.
I don't know why he wears trousers.
Here we go, ready in 3, 2.
We had a call the other day from a Chinese car manufacturer called NIO, and they said, we have built a blisteringly fast, all-electric supercar, and would one of you like to try it out?
Yeah, now, after his escapade going up a Swiss hill in a blisteringly fast all-electric supercar, Richard Hammond said that he really didn't think he was the man for the job. However, it turned out that the car was only available for one day, and unfortunately on that day I had the boiler man coming round.
Yep. And I had a dental appointment?
Dentist.
Dental appointment, yeah.
Yep, so guess what?
Here it is. It's called the EP9. And it's pretty clear that this is no Nissan Leaf. Because a Leaf doesn't have giant head restraints to stop G-forces from snapping your neck during hard cornering. And that's just the start of it.
What I have here is a comparison between this NIO EP9 and the Rimac Concept 1, in which I had my little tumble down a Swiss mountainside. It's like driving a jet engine. Something else about which I have bad memories. This is a bad place.
I have actually got you a present, Hammond.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's in a presentation box. Here it is. The box is broken, and I apologise for that. But there it is. Check it out.
It's a ruined watch.
Not just any ruined watch, it's your ruined watch.
Is it?
Yeah, that has been retrieved from the wreckage of the car that you destroyed with your incompetence. And that survived the fire. It's actually still working. It doesn't look pretty, I admit, but it's still working.
Well, that's actually quite a nice present in a way, isn't it?
Exactly. And they've written a little thing on the box, made in Switzerland, and then carefully perfected on the 10th of June 2017 by the British.
They don't mean perfected, do they?
No, and they don't mean British, they mean you. Is what they
It's
mean.
actually quite a mean present after all.
Well, look, Hammond, I've got you something. I have got you a pair of running shoes, and I've added to them the logo of your favourite local car maker. And you can't say you don't like that. You love running. You go running every morning. I've seen you go running in the evening as well.
I cannot wear those
Why not?
because I'm not allowed to run anymore. I broke my leg.
Still
Oh, dude,
going on
keep
about it. That's all he talks about. My leg. We brought you those presents. 2 of them. I've got you another present here. Look at that. An alarm clock. It's beautifully styled. Right, I'm going to set
No,
it...
it's so funny. It's crashed. I see.
It's a crushed upside down car on top. That's why it's yours. Right, I'm just setting it now. There you go. Now, pretend to be asleep.
What?
Don't worry.
Oh,
Just
right.
pretend to be asleep. This is on your bedside
Okay.
table.
I'm asleep.
There it is. It's going off. What?
That's my alarm.
Yes. Come on.
I can't have that. That'll just set fire.
You've got my glasses.
That'll just set fire to everything on my bedside.
Sorry.
Oh, God. It's not me that's on fire this time.
I missed. I've got my glasses.
I can't wake up to that every morning.
When you're driving along and your car catches fire, which you will because you'll have crashed it, you'll be used to it because you have to put a fire out every single morning.
Yes, I won't have slept for a year waiting for an explosion next to my bed.
Stop going on and moaning about all the presents we've
It's
given you.
traumatising.
Look, I have bought you a pair of trousers. There
What?
you go. Yep.
Oh, thank you, James. Very nice. Yes,
Not
they're
just any old trousers.
No, they've got all Velcro on them. What's that about?
Well, it means paramedics won't have to cut your clothes off you. And you'll save a fortune over the coming year, you see.
Hello. To doubt, this is my favourite of all the luxury barges that we've seen tonight, even though there are a few things wrong with it. First of all, it suffered from total brake failure during the filming of that item. Secondly, David Beckham's got one. And thirdly, it costs exactly twice what you'd pay for an S-Class Mercedes-Benz. But let's not forget the Beckham-mobile, the Bentley Enage T. You don't need a lot of money to run this car, you need a lot of staff to run it for you. Actually, talking of pants, BBC schedules for the next few weeks. Next week, David Beckham and his boyfriends will be kicking an inflatable sheep's pancreas around a field in Portugal, and as a result, we're going out at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Very, very good. Now, next week we aren't here.
No.
The week after we aren't here, and
No.
the week after that we aren't here. But then Mr. Beckham finishes kicking footballs around, and we're back, which is July the
11th.
11th. Just watch this. Watch this. So here we are on the start line. Goliath and David Beckham.
You see, Hertfordshire is celebrity country, sort of Heat magazine territory. An amazing 95% of the world's electric gate production ends up in Hertfordshire. The Beckhams have got a place round here. So has Jade Goody.
The things are going very well for you because I've been doing some checking up, and as it turns out,
Yeah.
your Christmas calendar is outselling David Beckham's.
What, again?
That's stunning. I find that amazing. It's cool.
It is cool.
Aha! However, with a proviso. As soon as you open your copy of the Sun newspaper and you see that Mr. Beckham has taken delivery of his, it's on its way down. But for now, since he doesn't have one, it's a cool car.
It does look fantastic, and it looks even better like that. That's the 3-door one.
Yes, that's true, but there is a problem with this. OK, so you arrive at it, the 3-door one, with your toddler, it's raining, you open the door, you've got to get the toddler in the back, and you pull the seat forward. Well, I mean, unless you're David Beckham, and then you can just sort of pop it in like that.
You are a half-wit. Look. Press that.
Oh, yes, still raining,
It's
still
quite
holding
low,
a toddler, bored, very bored, can't be bothered to wait anymore. that I had there was pretty severe. My ankle burst where the clutch pedal went through it. My head was dislodged from the spine. And really, we've ended up with a Top Gear top tip. If you are a lorryist and you are going to have an accident, there's a choice of something to hit. Avoid anything with bricks in it.
Yeah, always swerve and go for the big pile of mineral water.
Yes, that's a safer bet.
Anyway, look.
Now, yes, you may have noticed this week that some Greenpeace activists broke into the Land Rover factory, chained themselves to the production line, claiming that Range Rovers, I don't know what they claim they do, but they do something wrong anyway. Yeah. Slab of beeswax, which could be used as furniture polish, floor polish. Percussionists use it to make tambourines make a better sound. It's used in accordions.
Now, by day, Ken is a rally driver. But what's special about him is the way he sharpens his skills. You see, most rallyists prefer to practice in the forests of Wales or Finland, but Ken prefers to use airports.
I think the very concept of incongruity was defined in that film in Detroit by James May, the slowest moving man in history, driving around in a car called The Exorcist.
Yeah, it just doesn't work, does it? James May is the exorcist.
No, I mean, if he's going to have a car, it should be called The Florist.
Yeah. Or the organist.
Simple change to that. The Onanist.
Nice.
I think the Onanist would work well.
Have you quite finished?
Yeah.
Except it's called the Gloria.
Gloria.
That is Gloria. You're looking at Gloria.
Gloria is not the name of an Italian car. Gloria is the name of a receptionist.
Yeah.
Right, we've got to move on now and meet our guest this evening. He is a big star on Buzzcocks. He's a regular panellist on QI. Used to be a communist and a punk. He is now Bill Bailey. But there is a few problems with it, chief among which was a lack of space inside. A gynecologist would get in here and go, God, I'm at work!
It's like climbing into a somebody else's giant red posing pad.
James Mays. Because if you went to a prison, forget the sort of stabbists and the scoundrels, the ones who are in there for a bit of tax dodging.
Yeah.
I bet 80% have got jags. You know what I mean, eh? So you were born then, that makes you an Americanista.
Well, both. My mum's English, my dad's American, so I have two passports.
It's out of my way, Frenchists!
You have to have had a full driving licence over a year. Oh, and you have to be between 5'2" and 6'7", so that's you two out. Excellent.
Tightest, that, frankly.
I can't think of a better recommendation, actually.
I will move my Jeep out of your way. If you can answer this simple prog rock question.
I don't know anything about prog rock at all.
Who was the bass guitarist in Barclay James Harvest?
The Nolan sisters, get me off this bridge!
In M mode, it's even more of a tyre-smoking mentalist. Honestly, I haven't driven anything this sort of perfect since, I don't know, since the original Golf GTI, in fact.
Because I can prove that the way to keep traffic moving through the roadworks, which is where those average speed cameras are, is for everybody to go faster from the start.
Yeah.
It's all down to the work of the Swiss physicist Daniel Bernoulli. You're familiar with him?
Oh, him.
Thought so.
He isn't.
No, he is.
He's never heard of him. This is officially the slowest accelerating car money can buy. 0 to 60 in 20 seconds.
That is very slow.
It's true fact, but it's £8,500
It's
for
fabulous.
that. And really good, it's four-wheel drive, which really annoys
What did you say it was, a
environmentalists.
donkey?
It's a donkey, it's a little mule, and it really does annoy the eco-mentalists. Weird beards will go, it's four-wheel drive, but then, oh yeah, so on that basis, it is a cool car.
Yeah, it is
cool
a very
car.
cool car.
The funny thing is, though, that Ferrari purists would scoff at the FF. They would say it's too big and too heavy and too complicated. They would say that a real Ferrari should be a bit more like this. This is an £80,000 BAC Mono, designed and built in Cheshire.
Our quest continues to find the greatest driving song in the world ever. Here are our 5 finalists, as nominated by you, and as you can see, they still include that massive albatross poo on the windscreen of popular music, Meat Loaf's Bat Out of Hell.
The Audi then, not a good hairstylist.
Unfortunately, however, because the stylists were allowed to do what they wanted, the engineers then stuck out their bottom lips and said they wanted a free hand too. The trouble is that unlike car stylists, who are flamboyant and usually drunk, car engineers tend to be very sensible. You can tell this just by looking at their trousers. Annoyingly, the R is so loud that our team of sound recordists had to have a bit of a rethink.
What I was saying before I had this microphone fitted is it really is jolly fast. Very jolly fast.
A key worker, an engineer, and a conservationist. All in the company of diddly squats, endlessly happy, endlessly dysfunctional family.
There is no impression whatsoever of there being anything on the roof. That weighs less than me. And that's the point, lightness. I'm preserving motoring pleasure for the campervanist.
And so, as the crowd went home, we put the Top Gear pianist in charge of keyboards and got to work.
3, 2, 1.
Mazdas are good cars for shy exhibitionists. You could drive one butt naked through any major town in the world, and not an eye would be batted. They're practically invisible.
Until 1991, Albania was probably the most extreme Marxist state in the world.
One man who owned a cafe got 18 years in jail for telling a customer he didn't have a spoon. Another guy pointed at Corfu over there and said, why have they got a light in their harbour and we haven't? He got 25 years.
Now, you would imagine that a car this loud and this brutal would be as luxurious as a Methodist's coal house. But no.
I don't know why the producers have made us come through Stoke rather than round it, but I'm mighty glad they did. We three can count ourselves amongst the 4 million tourists visiting Stoke every year.
And in the Porsche, you need to be a rocket scientist to understand anything.